Let's see, so far we've seen some chemical weapon injuries. The police have used pepper spray and tear gas, and it looks like what the police are trying to do is move the line back. I would gather that they're nervous because the barrier is pretty close to where we're standing right now, and I gather that they're a bit nervous about where the protesters are, but the protesters feel that this is their democratic right, so that's where we're seeing some of the use of chemical weapons. So what you get is irritated mucous membrane, particularly the mouth, the eyes, nose, a lot of panic. So one of the big things that we do is tell people walk, don't run, marche, ne cours pas, so that people stay calm, so that we also clear hazards to sort of make sure that everybody's sort of staying safe, that there's nothing in the way if they do decide to run. So generally health and safety is what medics are about, and we have a whole team here of people who are sort of dedicated. We coordinate, we meet up every few minutes just to make sure people are as safe as possible, and that's really what it's about, is protecting everyone's health and safety. Thank you.
Although many types of riot control agents are used worldwide, the most commonly used, especially in Montebello, are OC pepper spray and CS gas, which is the most widely used type of tear gas.
Man, you know, tear gas is terrible. I'll just say that. I mean, I don't even think they're allowed to use this kind of chemical warfare in an actual war. Here we are using it on peaceful protesters nonetheless.
Well, the Geneva Conventions and the UN Conventions in terms of warfare are pretty specific, but they're also being ignored largely. Tear gas is, of course, a noxious substance, and the conventions, as I understand them, are that you're not to use them. You're not to use them in a warfare situation. Of course, that does not deter our police, who are not subject to the Geneva Conventions because they're not at war. It does not deter them from using them on the population.
The bottom line is that they are stepping up their attacks on us on every level, and the use of tear gas on people in Canada by Canadian authorities has been seen before. It was seen at OCAP protests in Toronto. It's been seen at Native protests. It's been seen at all sorts of protests. So this is normal, but the fact that the media is making it normalized is something that we have to be concerned about.
And yeah, that stuff is brutal. You know, you can't see, you can't breathe, you're choking. And there was a lot of people who got affected by it, including myself and my brother. You know, there was a lot of people who just had no choice but to run for cover and spray water over your face and do the best you can. A little bit of a lull there where people were really just kind of having a good time. You know, there was a point where they almost just ignored what was going on with the riot cops up front and just kind of chilled out for a little while.
Solidarité! So, so, so! Solidarité! So, so, so! Solidarité! So, so, so! Solidarité! So, so, so! Solidarité! So, so, so!
People were singing, there was people on drums, there was marching bands, there was you know, a truck with music. There was even a group of people who decided to retort to the riot police with singing. Chants and simple little ohms and just playing the drums and really just kind of having a good time at that point.
While meeting with the corporate elite inside, Stephen Harper commented on the protests outside. Yet as the afternoon wore on, there was a growing sense that the worst of the confrontations with the police was over, and that we could finish the remainder of our demonstration in peace. Though while attempting to adjust our tripod to get alternate angles of the police, trouble began to brew off camera, and by the time we realized someone had again been pepper sprayed, the final confrontation was already underway. Dan Dix was also on hand to capture some of the final moments as well.
Once they decided to break up the crowd, essentially, it was tear gas canister after tear gas canister after tear gas canister. Out came the rubber bullets. At one point, I didn't even have anywhere safe to be standing. To the right was a wall of riot police, behind me was riot police, to the left was a wall of tear gas, and then all of a sudden they started marching. So yeah, that's when everybody started getting pushed back further and further and further, all the way back to the cemetery line.